My video for April the 7th, 2018 is entitled Refusal to Face Our Human Reality. Yesterday, instead of my usual walk in the park or on the beach, I went for a walk in historic downtown Melbourne. Stopping into a business owned by a longtime friend, I was deeply shocked and saddened. When he asked how I was doing, I told him that I was still waiting for real change in the world. He went off on me, telling me that he does not allow negative conversation. This is not the first time I have had friends respond in this way, since so many consider all political discussion to be negative, especially in the New Age so-called spiritual community. To me, there's nothing spiritual about denial. In fact, denial itself is the most negative response possible in light of the situation in which we find ourselves on this planet. We will never be able to rise up and become what I think we are capable of becoming, what we, I hope, are destined to become, as long as we put our heads in the sand and sing, "Make the world go away." With so many otherwise good people playing ostrich, it makes it almost impossible to bring about changes that will lead to actual transformation. Once again, I put off topics that I had planned for discussion on my videos. And last night before I went to bed, I watched a very long video, and I should have written down his name because I just now forgot it. Let me just click this on here. Mark Passio. I watched one of his videos, and now I've got to get back the screens that I had. Okay, there we go. It was close to 3 hours, and I hate long videos. And Mark Passio has videos that are 12 hours in length. I mean, yes, he goes into a lot of important details, and it's stuff that we need to pay attention to. He blows the whistle on the New Age facade, or the New Age escapism, which is what it is. It's trying to escape from the reality that we have to deal with by calling it an illusion. It's not real, so if we ignore it, it's going to go away. No, it isn't going to go away. That is nonsense to think that if we ignore something, it's going to stop happening. I keep harping on that, but it's such an important truth to get through our heads. We have to know and face the truth of our situation, or we're going to be continuously entrapped in it forever. We will not be able to be extricated unless we take the action of knowing the truth. Only truth is going to set us free. And what is truth? It's not an illusion, folks. The experience of our human existence, if you will, is not an illusion. It's the reality in which we find ourselves, whether we want to admit that or not, whether we like it or not. It is what is real right now. Calling it illusion is just an escapism. Saying I don't want to talk about things that are negative is negative. That's being negative. Facing the situation and bringing it up and looking at it is never negative. It's not negative. When we have symptoms of a problem and we try to correct the problem by ignoring the symptoms get worse and worse. I mean, I've seen people that I know personally that have tried to ignore the problem, and they end up in worse situations sometimes by ignoring the problem. Now, I get it, folks. When they were trying for so long to steal my home, finally I gave up. I gave up butting my head against a wall that seemed immovable because of the entrenchment of corrupt lawyers, now judges, and a corrupt system that would not even allow the remedies that were provided in the system, like creating affidavits. And when affidavit is not rebutted, it stands as truth in the matter. I've watched that is not how it works. And I've seen in this, and it's my spiritual community. I'm part of the, quote, New Age community, if you want. I'm part of the unity, science of mind, new thought movement. I'm part of that. And I like it because it at least is open to variety, and it's not trying to pigeonhole everyone into a narrow belief system that makes that they project that they are right, and everybody that doesn't agree with their particular viewpoint is wrong. I'm not arguing about particular viewpoints. I'm saying, look, we've got to look at the whole picture, not a little part of it, but the whole picture. We as humanity have been deceived. We as humanity. It doesn't matter whether we're white, black, yellow, red, blue, purple, whatever color we want to express ourselves as, or that we are expressed as, whatever gender we are, whatever sexual orientation we have, whatever religion we have, whatever political affiliation we might have, we're still all human beings on this planet. And we have to be able to recognize how we have been enslaved on this planet, which is why I appreciated and spent almost 3 hours listening to Mark Passio. I don't like listening to videos that are that long. I really, truly do not. I mean, because time is valuable, and how we spend our time is important. We need to be spending our time educating ourselves about the situation and taking steps. I mean, I'd love to be involved in some, and I used to be involved with people that wanted to make a real difference. As I've said before, I was the Secretary of State of the Florida Republic. The Florida Republic used to be focused in the county in which I live, Brevard County, Florida. There used to be a lot of people right here. Many of those people, in fact, all of my closest friends have gone away, and they live in other areas in Florida, or they have totally adopted Donald Trump as the savior in one instance. And this creates an inability to communicate anymore, to try to work together to accomplish things. Plus, the meetings that they do have online, they don't start till it's my bedtime, my normal bedtime, because I get up really early in the morning. I can't be staying up till midnight or 1 o'clock watching videos and attending meetings. I just can't do that, because I get up and my videos go up at 5 a.m. every morning, or earlier in many cases. So folks, if it sounds again like I'm frustrated, you're absolutely right. I would like to be part of a community of people that want to be aware and want to take steps to actually make a difference in the world. I don't want to just keep going around and around and around. And if that's the case, I want off the merry-go-round. I want off the treadmill. I want out of this existence, and I don't want to ever come back. It's frustrating for me to be able to see the problem and to recognize that so many people refuse to take steps that will make a real difference, a positive change that would affect all of us for the better. Anyway, thank you for listening to my latest rant for the 7th of April. Namaste.